And nothing says chaos like a new factory chain with a gas station. This ought to be good. Let's see what came in. And when we go to served by nobody, we've got 3 oil fields, 2 more oil wells, an oil refinery, and a gas station to serve, as well as those 2 scrap yards we hadn't hit yet. Hey, welcome to How Not to Game with Callie Jack. I'm Callie Jack, your host here. If I'm sounding energetic, it's because there's going to be a moment while I go refill the coffee at some point in this one. I'm sorry. The cup is empty. And we know I'm a caffeine based life form. Anyway, it's for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Game time. It's Friday. Enjoy your fried food. Tomorrow is Shatter Day, when everything shatters into pieces as you take your time off. Or worse, you find yourself even scampered around more because you've got all those errands to run, all those events to attend, and all that. So we do Max Chaos. And Max Chaos is the Devil's Towers 1969 game, Max Chaos version, where we try, instead of cleaning up the lines, to make everything go as chaotic as possible. And how chaotic? Well, we've got that ferry running, and he's on his way up there. But right now, we've got to go to Newchester, where that new gas station went in, and figure out where he is at. And they put him in a good spot for getting to, but not a good spot to create chaos. So, where's his refinery? Out in the middle of nowhere. Perfect. So, we're going to have to get people out here. We've got oil fields that are nearby and an oil well. And an oil well on the way back, so we can grab oil on the way back each time we take gas into town. That makes fun. And for that, we'll just grab whatever oil has been pumped by that pump. We've also got to start distributing some of that power that's floating around our map, especially from that new power station all the way out here. And it's time to tie him in. Let's start right there. Let's get some power connected in so that we have power. And we're going to take and do things the fun way. We're going to leave this little message box open and down here tucked in the corner so that we remember and can find that gas station easy. Now, the question is, how do I want to route my power? Do I do the easy way? No. Why? Because this is Max Chaos. So we're going to grab it. We're going to start with a bridge. And we're going to bridge across, because you have to bridge across stations. Unless it was there first. Put in the transformer. Grab the line, bring him down. Jog him out. We'll just do the quick link like that, and connects in, and now he's hooked into the power grid. So we've got power going every which way but where we want it to. And it's time to start thinking about some of those other power spots that we need to get power to, like over here. And we're going to do a bridge, power bridge, because those cause problems. No suitable ground? What do you mean? Oh, underground. That's why. All right. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and do a power tunnel there, because Max Chaos. Got to expand these grids. Do the power tunnel there. He comes back up there. That'll block us from doing a lot of fun things down the road, too. Do a little power grid off like that. Grid him up, and now we're at this point where we've got him to here. We still never put in a power station here, so let's go ahead and do that power station. to connect in to the other power grid. Hallelujah. Hey, you know who else needs power? These guys do. So let's go ahead, oops, drop him down and bring in the power. Because that's just a short little run right there. And giving him power will take and get us some more money. For that little bit of money, I think we will make it back eventually. Garbage scows in motion. I leave you riding with that while oops, garbage scow, ride with him. And you're going to ride with the garbage scow up and back while I grab the coffee. Scows go so slow, don't they? Sorry for the blowout there as I leaned into the microphone. All right, we're looking at it. He's delivered his garbage. He's got 2 trains running off to the garbage burning place. And it's time to take and start looking at that gas station. Why? Because I think that's going to be maximum chaos at some point. So the first thing we want to do is make some connections. And one of those connections is let's do the rail line. Then we got to decide how we're going to get people out there. And I think we're going to do a rail line out there too. So there's our rail line to connect in. And then we're going to do this to create another rail line that will be our passenger line out to here. And we said we were going to swing over here because chaos means chaos. Grab some fuel there, some oil each time we come by. Get him up onto the hill and start looking for a way over towards this refinery. So the refinery is kind of right here. We're going to take and do a bunch of lines, and because max chaos requires it, we're going to do the line out first. That's going to be for that's our connector line. And there's our connection up to make the climb up. And we can actually do a climb up like this. Do this so that we can move him faster. There we go. And now we can take and blow that line section right there. There we go. Now we don't have as sharp turns. I don't mind the sharp turns, but at the same time, we need the trains going on pretty good speed. So this is a production facility. We're going to make it a 4-stop facility is all we're going to be running on this guy. Mainly because it seems like 4 stops is about all I'm getting production-wise. And then over here, this is our production. So we need to first start with connections out. These here are inbounds. And we need our production line. Why? Because we need to have maximum chaos, and max chaos requires maximum chaos. We're going to extend a bridge over because we're going to bring over a line straight on over to here and connect him in quick, but it may be quick and it may be dirty, but he's going to take and go to there. Hey, we also need to see, does this guy connect to any other oil refineries? He does not. Cool. So he's at production point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That short little guy, he'd be able to take and get away with a little tiny train on him. And now we need to find a spot to tie in our train station. But you know what we don't have is a dispatch yard over here. And I think it's time to put in one at Old Scratch. So let's go ahead and run a dispatch line. And dispatch lines require chaotic routing sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and run him across like this, and then bring him over to reach our buddy here at the Old Scratch Barns. Bring up our line so that he connects in like that, and there we go. Now we can dispatch for both of these, and we now can figure out how we want to take and do our passenger line. Well, our passenger line is going to take and just be crazy as all get out, and get him up onto the hilltop. And then I think we can do a same. Let's just do a dig right here. There he is. And that's our passenger line. Now the passenger line does need to be a little bit faster, so we're going to go ahead and speed him up. We'll probably speed up the other line too, but that's a down the road issue. Don't care about all the crooketies, don't care about any of that. We're just here to take and create maximum chaos. Now we'll speed up the other line right next to it. And get him going so that he's into where he needs to go. There we go. Now it's time to do a dispatch. And we need to build a dispatch barn. Get us a good locomotive. So our first thing we're going to take and throw out is we want to throw out a passenger train. And looking at our trains right now, we've got the high speeds are starting to come in. But I think we're just going to take and do some fun little trains. So let's do the BR614. And by doing a BR614, hopefully we can take and do this. We can even put in a passenger car on him. If we take this guy out, I think we can do a passenger car and then a rear. There we go. Now we got 224 people we can move. From here to here, we just need to put in our stations. Whoops. Don't need to look at our scow right now. Where's our train? And we're going to do a fancy station back down here. Higher out capacity to take and give us more people held. And then out here at the other end, we can just get away with, I think, just that guy there. Now, looking at that train, he is a 2-tile train, so we're good there. We're good. We just need to set our capacity. So we're going to run him. I want him running at 33%. He probably won't make money at that level, but we don't care. Don't care about the return stroke. He's good to go. And he's on his way out. Next up, another train out of the depot. Oops, gotta wait till he's clear. Now he's clear. Now we're going to pick and put an SD with a bunch of tanker cars behind him. And I did find that these tanker cars right here are more than enough for what I need. And we're just going to take and do him. So he's going to start there. Come to here. Then come to here. And we're going to tell him to go to this spot first, but here he's going to be at 100%. And here at Newchester Oil, let's have him pick up a 5% load, 10% load. And we're going to call this the Corner Explorer Gas and Oil Crude. Because he's going to be carrying both. Now, normally you wouldn't do that to a train, but hey, maximum chaos. Now we need to get the one for over here, and with that guy, I can get away with an even smaller train and a slower train. And we're just going to grab one of the BR 365s and see how many oil cars I can stick behind him. Not caring about my speed. Same oil cars, those 40 cubics. And there to there. 100% load. And that's going to be corner. Cranky crude. Oiler. And we will now rename our fuel field. This is going to be cranky crude. We said this is going to be the corner refinery. Corner crude refinery. And we're going to call this cranky crude yard now. So not much chaos added, but we're starting it. And as we can see, by the bridge overs and things like that, we're going to have access to take and do some more chaos along the line. Take out one bit of chaos for this, but that actually will add a bit of complexity because with that halt, the gas ain't going to flow as good. We may have to add another line, which means more chaos. So we're going to see how things go. We're also going to need to take and get a bus stop out here so that people can get out here to take work at the gas station, hit the convenience part, and also, you know, for some strange reason, people put gas cans onto the bus to take them home for their generators and such, I guess. I mean, after all, we don't supply power to towns, which we should. Anyhow, that's our game set up for right now. We're at 19 minutes. I'm Callie Jack. This has been Devil's Tower 1969 Max Chaos game. And hey, for every action, there's an equal and opposite, and in this case, crazy reaction. What are we going to do next? I don't know. Maybe we need to take and have a canal running gas out there. Maybe we'll figure out something even more fun to do. Maybe we'll get another industry chain. We're still working that industry chain down here. And I'll see you in the next episode. This has been episode 20, by the way.